Hello and welcome back to Conspiracy Phones. I'm Mods.
I'm Mantis.
And we're gonna meet the hermit in the woods, the exile who didn't get a phone head.
Yes.
Or an object head, since they're not all phones.
The Normie.
The Normie.
Behold a shack.
Do you think this is the place?
Well, let's see. It's a shack. We've traveled roughly 8 miles north and... Oh right, most important thing, Jared mentioned that this dude is more likely to shoot you on sight than actually speak to you. This most certainly looks like the home of someone who would do just that.
Oh, psh. Sure, it's a bit of a fixer-upper, but...
A fixer-upper? Really?
What?
Hello, the deranged graffiti.
Hey, we all write things down so we don't forget them later on.
Are you kidding me? Don't drink the water.
Maybe the allure of the dude's toilet water is just too much for the poor guy. I know I sometimes need to be reminded not to drink it.
How did this mouse get in the middle of the screen?
Oh,
Be gone, mouse.
Be gone.
Even when I remind you not to, you still drink it.
Added flavor.
Many eyes always watching.
Theory. Owls.
This guy's clearly unhinged and quite possibly feral. Let's bounce.
Hey, I'm feral. It's not such a bad life.
You're stranded in the woods because you got exiled for not being housebroken.
Oh yeah, right. Regardless, I am now approaching the shack. They said it out loud. I kill salesmen!
Ungus. Or maybe it's supposed to be Mingus.
Might be Mingus. Not sure.
Should I knock on the door?
Could try opening it first, check if it's locked.
Door didn't open. That leads me to believe the door is indeed locked.
Actually, perhaps that's for the best. Jerry stated pretty clearly that this dude might totally shoot your noggin clean off, would probably be best not to break into his house and startle him.
Could throw a brick through his window.
I don't think I have to tell you not to do that. What happened the last time you tried that?
Oh, I went to prison for a short spell. Wait, if I did that again, the cops might drag me back to Dialtown.
Phone Genji, no. Yeah, but then you'd be in prison.
But I would be back in Dialtown.
Yeah, and behind bars.
I will consider my options. Scratch that, prison food tends to be jerkyless. I'm a just knock.
Phenomenal. Stupendous, even. That's an eye.
Oh, hi.
This is private land, partner. So, I suggest you leave before I decide to do what I usually do to trespassers.
Find them in for a cup of coffee. Here's the lover of eats. Honestly, just plain pathetic. You mean invite them in for a cup of coffee?
If by a cup of coffee, you mean a lead slug fire right into your head, then sure.
I'm still unsure if... Am I being offered a cup of coffee?
To be clear, I'm threatening to shoot ya.
With a shot of cappuccino.
With a shot of a shotgun! I am threatening to shoot you in the head with a shotgun, partner! Actually, nah, forget that. Slugs don't grow on trees.
You could just grab a snail, take its shell off. That's like a slug.
Honestly, I'd just put a 44 in ya, if we're being realistic. More economical that way.
Is that,
It's not coffee. It's a bullet. I'm not offering you coffee.
You're a pretty lousy host, then.
Lord, give me strength. Look, partner, I'm not normally the kind and merciful type, but... Well, you see, you're green, and that's a little unusual. Throw me off my game. I can tell you ain't all there. Most importantly, you definitely ain't a threat to me or my homestead. Just go.
But we need to talk. Mayor Mingus exiled me, too, from Dialtown. I'm a freak, just like you.
Just like... We ain't the same, partner. You don't have an inkling of what I've been through.
I will lick the doorknob if you do not open it.
I don't want you here, understand?
Why is your house also purple? Do you know Mingus?
I may or may not be associated with the cat.
Boy, ain't that a familiar thing to hear.
Don't you dare try guilt-tripping me, partner. You're trespassing on my land.
Bold of you to assume I understand property laws.
I'm not gonna warn you again. Just go.
I'm not moving till you let me in.
My door's dead bolted, and I got supplies to last me 6 winters in here. If you want to wait, you'll have to wait an awful long time, partner.
So be it.
Oh my god, does Phone Genji literally wait there 6 winters? Oh my god! Oh no! Oh no! Tail.
Yeah.
Oh no! Is that fur?
I can't tell. Maybe. It's either been one really weird week, or it's been a year.
Yeah. Well, what intonation could ya possibly want from me? Oh boy.
Boo, don't do
Don't do this.
Really tempted to just see Phone Genji do something stupid and get shot, but we should probably keep going.
Probably.
Hi.
You know, partner, I get the feeling you're like a leech.
I've been described like that many a time. Oh, you're calling me a parasite? Like Mayor Mingus did?
Nah, that ain't what I meant. What I meant was, I'm getting the notion you're just gonna cling to me and won't fall off till you suck my patience dry.
Okay, yeah, that's an accurate portrayal of my entire gimmick, sure.
I didn't want to give you the satisfaction, but... Well, the way I see it, you clearly ain't gonna quit, and the sooner I talk to you, the sooner you'll be on your way. Step inside and be quick about it. And we'll get this chat of ours over real quick. Right quick, sorry, but...
Excellent, where's the coffee?
He's wearing...
He's got a bag!
Oh, this explains some things.
Yeah.
I had seen like a character with a paper bag for a head in like a couple Dialtown like art pieces, and I just assumed it was an NPC we hadn't met. I didn't even consider that would be this human. So you got a paper bag head. Let's talk about that. Say, what's with the paper bag?
Why do you think I have it on, partner?
I love that it's gonna emote. It's
Yeah.
gonna emote, I can just feel it.
But he's got some patches. There's one of, like, the flag. I can't quite tell what the one under the ammo belt is.
It kind of looks like a rocket to me.
Yeah. Some, like, Planet of the Apes.
I don't know. To stop flies landing on your exposed brain? That's how humans work, right?
Incarnation. It does emote. Exposed brain, huh? Is that what they're teaching kids in school nowadays about folks like me? That we have exposed brains?
Bold of you to assume I've ever been to school.
I suppose that explains how you got to be the way you are now, yeah. Minus the green skin, of course. Speaking of which, why does your flesh have the hue of a watermelon anyhow?
I'm just how God made me, sir.
Well, I guess he was having a bad day when he did, huh?
Yeah, he sure was.
He's always having a bad day. Have you met God?
Maybe. The guy drinks a lot. I've met him. He's kind of a huge loser.
It ain't wise to walk around into an armed man's home and insult his faith, friend. Not wise in the slightest.
Oh no, am I about to die? Trust me, you'd feel the same if you met him. Like, they just say that with a gun pointed at them.
Yeah.
Once you see God eating out of a dumpster, it changes you. Forever.
Lord, give me strength.
He won't, though. He's more likely to give you fleas, but sure.
Alright, let's just get this here conversation over with.
The paper bag man is having a very bad day.
Yes. What do you actually want? Ask your questions and go.
Who are you?
I'm Sergeant Norm.
The Norm is named Norm. The Normie is named Norm. What's a sergeant?
If it means I was in the Air Force and I was pretty good at what I did. I guess that's probably an Air Force.
Yeah, it's probably an Air Force patch or something. What?
Flying planes and such.
Planes? Do we not have planes?
I know you know what an airplane is.
I do?
Big metal bird roars when you throw lunch meat into its engines.
Right, yes, I know what you mean now. I have seen these metal birds. I've tried knocking them out of the sky with my slingshot.
Well, I'm ex-Air Force now. I rolled with NASA too for a while, actually. You know, the space folks.
They sent you into space? Phone Lord, Mingus really went all out trying to exile you.
I wasn't a pariah back then, partner. As a matter of fact, I was decorated.
Like a Christmas tree?
No, not like a Christmas tree, partner. I mean, I was valued, celebrated. For your information, the president himself selected me for a mission.
Oh, which one? President Ronald Reagan? Phone Bill Clinton?
Nah, the man who picked me was the greatest visionary in American history. I'm sorry, that face.
That face reminds
President Callum Crown.
That face just reminds me of like the Dayshift, like, smile.
Yes, it reminds me of Dave.
Reminds me of Dave. Hey, I know that name! Wasn't he, didn't he invent the cotton candy machine or something?
Don't get you a shot.
Ah!
He was the fella who invented the first phone head. The man who initiated the dial-up. You know, the day the whole world became chock full of phone folks. Phone folks is really hard to say.
Phone folks. Phone folks. Right, about that. Why aren't you a phone? I was told the dial-up got everyone.
The dial-up got Bigfoot. Right. Well, you see, it sorta did, but... You see, President Crown decided to send me on a immensely vital, hell, an unprecedented expedition. He chose for me to be the first human being to ever enter a wormhole.
Okay, but why?
He just watched Planet of the Apes. We tried sending robots and in first, but all of them lost signal pretty quickly. So I'm sure you can imagine.
President Callum had a lot of shit going on!
Yeah?
I have never even seen a robot, but if I did, I would likely hit it and or shit myself.
Hit on it?
Hit on it and or shit myself. Accurate. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. We weren't sure if they were getting crushed inside the wormhole, or if they were just traveling too far away from us. Anywho, as a patriot, I was beyond honored to have been handpicked by President Callum for the mission. They sent me up in one of our state-of-the-art crafts I piloted her through, and, well, I just came right back out the same way I came in, seemingly. Nothing that weird, I suppose.
You may or may not be from another dimension.
Except I could see every single one of the robots that we'd previously sent through floating around outside the hole now. Kinda spooked me, you know, since I didn't see a single one of them outside the hole before I went in. Either way, undeterred, I made my way back to Earth. Boy, I get a shock when I landed and re-emerged from my vessel. You ever seen that one movie where the astronaut returns to Earth and there's monkeys everywhere?
You literally guessed Planet of the Apes immediately.
Yeah. And then he sees the Statue of Liberty on the beach and freaks out because he's been in New York the whole time. And New York sucks. All of them yuppies and city slickers.
I'm pretty sure that isn't why that dude was upset. But fuck, I don't know enough about monkeys to contradict you. Have you tried cheese?
Long story short, I time traveled. The wormhole warped the fabric of time as well as space, it'd seem.
So you're from the past.
In an instant, I warped from the summer of '66 to the 2020s.
That must have been quite the culture shock.
Yeah?
Oh, God told me about why wormholes do that.
He did?
He said that they're where he put a cigar out in the fabric of space-time.
Huh. I had to leave my wife, my whole life behind to investigate a cigar burning out of... God dang it!
It's his fault, man. Take it up with him. It happens, man.
Oh!
Well, to you, evidently.
Anyhow, by time traveling past the day the dial-up occurred, well, I end up being the one guy on Earth to get left behind. The one Normie left.
Did they forget how to make more dial-up people?
I mean, I feel like they should know how to do that, given that, like, babies are not born with phone heads.
Yeah.
Well, except I heard something happened with the clowns.
Well, they're extinct, you know. Right, they marched on DC and got all gunned down by the new gun-headed riot police. Tragic and hilarious. My god, you could hear the comical honks for miles.
Uh-huh. I remember when clowns were everywhere, you know. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, I guess this is the one advantage of living in this time and place, if there are any upsides at all. So, I guess it's just me left now. The last Normie.
Norm the Normie.
Normal the Normie. It's why I got exiled from Dialtown in the first place, you know. Didn't want to conform and get my head replaced against my will, all for the sake of fitting in.
That sucks. Oh, that's why I got kicked out of town. For threatening normality itself.
Oh, give me a break. They used that same asinine line on you, too. Let me tell you, son, there ain't nothing normal about Dialtown.
Tell me about it.
And there certainly ain't nothing normal about the mayor or that backwater slum. She has this idea that by putting these plans of hers into motion, she's somehow recreating the Dialtown that Callum Crown presided over. I spent time in Dialtown before they launched me into space, you know. I actually saw the Dialtown that existed back then, unlike her. I personally knew her grandfather for a... She's an ignorant hypocrite.
Bless you.
Thank you. I can't do this accent. I'm allergic to it.
You're allergic to cowboy?
Not fit to hold any office, let alone run an entire town.
Mingus is certainly something, alright.
You ever seen her up close?
Yeah, she's a cat.
She got a cat head. A fleshy cat head, pre-dial-up era. The kind from my time. You know why she got that engineered right? Because her grandpappy, President Callum Crown, had a cat just like how she looks now. She's trying to morph into his old cat.
That's terrifying. But why?
Sure as hell beats me. I don't know why anyone would want to look like she does. I can think of a lot of reasons why people would want to be a cat.
I can think of quite a few reasons. But I don't think they're any of the reasons that she is actually a cat. I think she is that cat.
And somehow she gets elected into public office time and time again, looking like that.
I mean, kitty, soft, pettable. Have you considered?
They're happy to kick me to the curb, yet their leader is the very definition of abnormality. She's a hypocrite. They all are in that dang dump. Dialtown's a town of bigoted hicks. Everyone in that godforsaken town's guilty by association. Even the swans.
Even the swans! Oh, no! Not everyone in Dialtown is that bad.
Excuse me? They threw you out to the curb too, didn't they? I Mingus.
The mayor's prudish puss-puss fine. But I have friends back in Dialtown too.
I guarantee you anyone in that town would sell you down the river without a second thought.
I have it on very good conscience they wouldn't.
And if you can't see that, then you're just as blind as they all are. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I've answered all your questions. I think you've imposed on me and taken advantage of my hospitality for long enough. And you can forget about the coffee.
Oh, you weren't gonna give me that?
You should leave.
You didn't even offer me a cup of coffee. But I don't want to go.
My land, my rules, partner. I've let you ask your questions. Now move on, I got things to do.
Yeah, like what? Stewing in your own bitterness?
You know how long I've been here.
Long enough!
I had to leave my whole life behind, twice. Then again, being cast out of that bigoted town was probably a blessing in disguise for the both of us.
I don't want to be alone.
And I don't want company, so I suppose we're at an impasse. Oh wait, except we ain't, 'cause I got a gun. So get out. Move on. Find a better cesspit to squat in. And get yourself the hell out of mine.
I don't know where to go.
Not my problem. Follow the perimeter of the town till you find the freeway and hitchhike in literally any direction. Further you get away from Dialtown, the better. Don't make the mistake of settling too close to town like I did, or you'll end up having to put up with visitors like you showing up every now and again.
Wait, have others come by here?
No one nearly as annoyingly persistent as you. It's one of their better qualities. There's a shepherd who lives 8 or so miles down the road, but he knows to keep his distance on account of the signs.
Cheap Jerry can read, yes.
Sure didn't stop you, though.
That's the thing, I can't read. Right, signs can't stop me because I can't read.
You were sure gone all out and stuck a head on a spike out front.
Oh my.
Alright, I'll cut you a deal, partner. I'm willing to let you stay on my land if you want. But you're gonna have to dodge the bear traps. But only from the chin up and at the end of a wooden stick.
That's quite the offer. I'll pass. I need my neck for hooting, hollering, swallowing, and gargling.
You sure are a repulsive creature, ain't you?
Thanks, me too.
That wasn't a compliment, you know.
Thanks, me too! Please be patient with me. God isn't finished with me yet.
That's the first thing you said so far that I happen to agree with, you know. Actually, you know, now that I think of it, I've seen a woman skulking around these parts for the last week or so through my binoculars.
A woman, you say?
Of course, she's never gone too close to the shack. Seems she's the artsy type.
Karen, it's Karen.
On account of her usually having an easel under her arm. Looks between 4'10" to 5'4", I'd say. Unarmed, of course.
I'm going to tackle Carbo.
Head some kind of printer, brown, with a small white decal that I wasn't able to make out from this distance.
Wait. I'm going to do math now.
Just the phone head with like
calculus. Karen! You found Karen!
You know this woman?
Yeah, we...
That's a truly revolting number of ellipses.
This is fantastic news! She's smart! She'll figure a way to smuggle me back to Dialtown for sure!
The non-insubstantial possibility that within the actual Dialtown canon,
Yeah.
the cryptid can take their head off and replace it with the phone or typewriter.
That would be funny, if true.
Because you need to be a typewriter head to date a
Oh,
carrot.
yeah, you're right.
So, like...
That's hilarious.
If we are to believe that the cryptid has theoretically dated all of them at some point, then that would mean that the cryptid is capable of changing their head. Obviously, we're going a different direction than that, but still. Good for you. Now, get out. You want to go back to the cesspit so bad? Then go. Get. Betcha she's over by the lake. That's where I'd go if I want to paint something from around these parts that wasn't trees, dirt, or sheep.
Alright, I guess I'll go look for her then.
Yep.
Guess I'll just skedaddle now.
You already said that.
I feel weird leaving you here.
Don't. I want you to.
But I feel like we've really hit it off.
We have it, and it took an enormous amount of restraint not to shoot you at least 18 times in the last 3 minutes.
But you didn't. You held back. Maybe you really...
Get out.
Why don't you come with me?
'Cause why in tarnation I want to go back to Dialtown? I told you that town's chock full of low-down snakes. Most of all, that mayor.
Oh, I know. Wouldn't it be really funny to see the mayor's face when I return? She's gonna be so pissed when she finds out I'm back. Might get mauled by police dogs again. We'll just have to see.
My god, that's the stupidest... Wait. Huh. You really think if you found your way back to Dialtown that you'd be able to get to the mayor herself?
A little concerned he might be planning to shoot Mayor Mingus.
I'ma kill the mayor.
You bet! I reached her once, I'm sure I could do it again.
No kidding. Alright, partner. I suppose you've convinced me, and my gun. It's a deal, then.
I have? Just like that?
I suppose you have. Yeah.
Why are you packing all of those assault rifles and guns?
I'll travel with you back to Dialtown, just to get to the mayor and see her get her just desserts.
Why want all the bullet bandoliers? In that case, let's get going. No time like the present day.
Might as well, sure. Be nice to get to the lake before we hit hog hour.
What is hog hour?
It's pretty easy to, guess. The worst shit.
So are turnips like fruit or what? Oh wait, we're supposed to switch.
Yeah.
For the last time, partner. I told you I'm willing to accompany you, but this needless chit-chat does not come under terms of our agreement. I'll walk with you, shoot at anything that tries to shoot at us first, but I ain't up for any banter of any kind.
This'll be the last turnip-related question. I promise.
You said that 3 times already, partner. No, more.
You could be nicer to me, you know.
And you could be quieter. My, what a world that might be.
I could always yodel to pass the time.
Partner, as my mama used to say. It ain't wise to yodel on a man who's holding a loaded firearm.
Yodel or turnip questions, those are your options. Did she, say it often?
Once. Only needed to say it once for it to sink in.
Alright then. Hey Norm, I have one last question.
If it's about turnips, you die. If you ask me another question about turnips or radishes, I swear you're gonna taste lead for the rest of your short life.
No, I wanted to ask, is Bingus right about Dialtown?
What are you talking about now? Are you starting to piece together why they mightn't have? Are you starting to piece together why they mightn't have waited to get rid of you?
Nah, not the exiling part. Her wanting to make Dialtown just like it was when Callum was in charge. I guess what I mean is, do you think Dialtown was better off before Callum died?
Before he what now? You think he's... You don't know a damn thing about what President Crown achieved, do you?
I know he had a funny head, wore a flag tie, and made lots of telephones.
And you're not wrong.
That's the gist of him, right?
The gist of... He was the greatest leader this dear country's ever had. A visionary. And a tragic waste of potential in the end. I found out what happened to him after I jumped forward in time, of course.
So wait, he's not dead, but is gone.
That's the long and short of it, yeah. To my knowledge, he's alive and kicking, but still completely gone.
I'm even more confused now. You make brain hurt, Magic Hat Man.
Magic Hat Man. Alright. Maybe you'll understand if I start from the very beginning. Context and all. Context is very important.
Callum Crown was born here in Dialtown in 1920.
We lost count.
Growing up in the 30s, in an era of depression and change, Callum found himself transfixed with the technology that was becoming slowly commonplace at the time, namely the telephone. Callum was born with a severe deformity, having only one complete limb, his left arm. While extraordinarily bright, he lived a solitary life, watching other kids outside perform feats he could only dream of. When the early 40s rolled around, Callum signed up to fight in World War II, but wasn't accepted on account of his disability. He had to stay home and bitterly follow the war alongside the rest of those unfit to fight via hazy radio transmissions. If only I could walk, Callum thought to himself. If I could walk, I could serve. It was at that time that Callum put his garage workshop to good use. Made use of scraps of just about any metal he could get his hands on, forged himself a pair of prosthetic legs, which, while crudely assembled, were virtually unheard of at the time. He sent the Army Registration Office a note, vouching for his new metallic appendages, vowing to join their cause, whatever the cost. He never got a reply. So he simply sent another letter, then another, and another. What started as one letter quickly became dozens. Always a motivated guy, Callum decided to use his head, try something new. Callum bought his first telephone. After getting through to Dialtown's head enlister, Callum found out that to his shock, every single one of his letters had hit their mark, but was simply thrown out en masse. "I'm here to recruit the best of the best this country has to offer," the recruiter stated over the phone. "Not some freak with metallic legs who'd slow the rest of my boys down." With a single disconnecting click, Callum's dreams were obliterated yet again. Callum, now full of spite and determination, decided to better himself further. He built himself a right hand, out of just about any metal he could find left over from the construction of his legs, connected the copper wires to his own nerves, and forged the very first fully working prosthetic hand. With the war winding down, Callum decided to go out to patent his designs. People at the patent office looked at him as though he were a freak, with his rusted iron clanking hand and his bulky metallic legs. Callum bitterly listened to the end of the war, now disillusioned, via hazy radio transmission whilst tweaking his mechanical limbs to be more functional. Come 1948, Callum decided to try his hand at selling his mechanical limbs to war veterans, many of which had returned in the coming months after the war. Initially, they sold like hotcakes, allowing Crown to move from his garage to his small manufacturing plant. Sadly, this did not turn out to be a sustainable business model, as once each soldier bought a prosthetic leg or two, they didn't need to buy another. Come 1950, Callum struggled to move even one limb. This led him back to the drawing board. His inventions had dramatically improved his own quality of life. He wondered if he could offer his fellow man an upgrade, advanced metallic limbs and tools built in that increased strength or flexibility. Limbs that could even change humanity, even the world as he knew it, just as he changed his own life. Callum took him to the public, parading his new and improved models around in the street shows, using himself as a test subject. Was laughed off as a monster with metallic limbs, trying to sell his own misery to others. Callum was looked on as a self-mutilated idiot, someone who made himself a freak for show, and not as a talented and determined visionary who paved the path that he needed underneath him to walk.
I'll prove them wrong. I'll prove the whole world wrong if I must.
Callum gradually became more cynical. He began reading more into the market with the vain hopes of copying success, and sure enough, he figured it out. Sadly, America turned into a luxury market. Washing machines, televisions, refrigerators, all were selling faster than the nearby factories could churn them out. Callum's idea to integrate organics and inorganics wasn't taken to right away. With a lack of sales revenue, Callum had to all but shut down Crowd Mechanics Incorporated and let each and every one of his workers go. Callum soon became something of a town oddity, not unlike myself. A door-to-door salesman made of clunking, rusted metal, a vendor of that which was unwanted. Callum somehow felt lonelier than ever before, even more so than when he was back in his garage, watching the rest of the world move outside his window. He reflected on his loneliness, once again being bound to his workshop next to his phone, desperate not to miss a single opportunity for his dream to take off. His phone. It connected him to the world outside of the workshop, to the rest of Dialtown. Perhaps it could again. That's when he realized.
I've got it now.
Callum spent a full year working on his new design. A telephone that's built into your head, could be swapped and traded for other such devices, and has a 5-year warranty. No repurchases required. Surprisingly, despite their clunkiness and novelty, the practicality of having complete and portable phone access anywhere in the world.
Cell phones don't exist in this
wasn't lost on
world.
people.
Yeah.
I love
And
that.
interestingly, the phones caught on quickly. A typewriter alternative even became common, allowing text to be printed from one's own head, as if the user was having a conversation with the very paper itself. Unpredictably, these phone heads caused a massive boom to employment, with young men and women getting hired left, right, and center as both manufacturers, but also operators in switchboard exchanges. This economic boom made Callum extraordinarily popular, which he used to run for mayor, the Senate, and finally the presidency, all 3 roles he walked into, seen as a visionary, a man who could change the face of America for the 2nd time. Becoming leader of the United Nations, Callum proposed to the world his vision for the future. His idea of a functional, inclusive, and wondrous mechanical world where all problems from famine to animal extinction, societal conflict to resource shortages, all could be solved, preventing future wars and creating worldwide harmony. However, due to paranoia, he refused to write the plan down in its entirety or tell anyone what it is prior to the proposal's agreement. Needless to say, the vote in favor for the plan won by a landslide. In the coming years, the whole world was converted to have inorganic heads. Women, children, animals too. Callum stood on the tallest podium given to a human being today, and failed the hardest for it. He began to give his ultimate speech, his oratory opus.
My fellow humans, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Without further ado, the full details of my plan to substantially improve the whole world.
Delete voicemails?
Callum had accidentally wiped his own answering box.
Oh no.
Oh no.
His model telephone was being used to store his memories. All of them. With Callum having given himself total amnesia in an instant, the whole world was stunned. Life was made fundamentally different for everyone. All for a promise never kept. The changes, the thought process behind these sweeping modifications, now a mystery. So, the world just picked up the pieces, without Callum, of course. Nowadays, Callum sits in an old nursing home, alone, tuning a busted radio, asking anyone who comes near him.
Is the war over yet? I can't get a signal.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real sad. And on that note, I think we're gonna have to
And
stop.
we'll stop there. On that sad note.
Wow. I don't know where to start with all that.
Well, that's gonna take some... Norm's route. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chew on that.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys chew on that and have fun. Hopefully, we'll see you again soon.
Yes. Wow. Wow.
You know, just sort of lay down and rethink everything.
Yes.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.